Hey guys, BlackCross here. Normally I try to do a discussion video every week. I've been trying to do it to where if whatever current situation is going on or whatever current topic is going on. And at first I was going to do a conversation about how Cloud was in Smash Brothers, which is practically amazing. I'm looking forward to it, but then another subject came up to interest. And it's one that's kind of exploded out of nowhere. It really has. In fact, for the past, I don't know how long this video was up, but it was uploaded Wednesday. Which by the time this video came out, it would be yesterday. But, for those of you that don't know, Jontron, one of the more popular names of YouTube, have put out a video, and the video is basically an ads video for Walmart and Battlefront. Now, before I get into the main subject at hand, let me be the first to say that I love Jontron. Him, as well as a couple of others, it's what sort of inspired me to become a YouTuber myself. Mind you, I don't do the same thing that Jontron, the Completionist, or PBG does. My material sort of falls into the line of like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, you know, stuff like that. But regardless, he was one of the many people who inspired me to become a YouTuber. But, I mean, I've followed him since, I want to say, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was the first episode of Jontron that I watched. And then I went back and watched all of his other videos, and then I caught up with him since then. And Jontron has not had it easy. I'm going to be the first to say, he has not had it easy. Compared to like Peanut Butter Gamer and the Completionist, he's had it pretty rough. He does not release a video consistently. He's always had a problem being able to upload a video. He's tried to do that for years. And then Game Grumps sort of got into the way, which, not to say there's anything wrong, that was actually probably a funny moment in his life, and probably one of the more funner moments of his life. But then he left and went back to doing Jontron again. Which I think was really great that he was trying to get back to the routine of being Jontron again, instead of just being on Game Grumps. And his new material for his show now has actually improved in some form of way. I don't know if it's because of Aaron doing any of it, or if it's because of the fact that now he has an idea of what he wants to do with the show. I think now he has a better idea of what he wants to do compared to whenever he first started doing the show. Which I'm sure there's a lot of people who knew that. You know, when you look at his very first episode, which is the Castlevania for the N64, it was very, very, very amateurish. Which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, because, really to be honest, it was still a good video regardless of that. No, it wasn't Castlevania, it was Daikatana. My bad. It wasn't Castlevania, it was Daikatana. But that being said and everything, it was still fairly decent back then. And then to kind of see him change into this new material, it's really great. And it still is Jontron to this day. He still is a very well gamer. He's very over-dramatic in some cases, which equals up to hilarious videos. And his most recent series being that of the Starcade one, which I thought was actually going to be longer than that. But I guess it only makes sense that he can only do so much, right? I mean, there's like thousands of Star Wars games, and he can only touch certain ones, obviously, because of controversy or copyright laws and stuff like that. But the ones that he did cover were actually some of the more fascinating ones, being that they were either all obscure titles or titles that no one believed actually exist, like Yoda's Story. That was actually a game. I was speechless. I was like, that actually existed in the Star Wars chess game. I was like, okay, I can see this being a PC game, but an actual title? What the hell? But then he went back to his normal routine, being that with the Titanic, the legend goes on, which was definitely a good one. It was definitely a good one. And then to all of a sudden have this video come out. Now, the funny thing is that when it first came out, and when he first showed it, and after I got done watching the video, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is really cool. You know, Jontron, being a Star Wars fan that he is, I mean, most of his show, if not throughout the entire series of the show, he talked about consistently of how much he loves Star Wars. And there's no denying this. And I understand his passion for loving Star Wars. I personally love the movies themselves. Just the movies, and I'm looking forward to the 7th one. The only Star Wars game that I have played was The Force Unleashed, the first one. I hadn't played the second one yet. And I don't know if I want to play Battlefront or not, because it's one of those type of games where it's mostly like a Call of Duty reference type thing. But after looking at the ad, I realized it's not just that. And it's interesting. I was like, okay, so it's not just your basic shooter game. It actually does have a different form of gameplay style. I like it. I like it. And I think Jontron had more fun hanging out with people and playing this game than he did actually doing the video itself. But now, the funny thing is that people took this video way too badly. They took it the wrong way. They took it like as though as if it was a big advertisement scandal type problem. And I can see where people get that ideal, but here's something you need to consider. Jontron does not put out a video all the time. He does not put out a video all the time. He does it like a once-a-month thing, and he only does this because it gives him a better video to make. And that makes sense, you know? I mean, for any YouTuber that's out there, it takes a lot of work to make a video. Especially a good video. You know, it's not an overnight thing. You have to plan it, you have to script it, you have to record it, you have to do a lot of editing. A lot of work goes into it. Which is probably why I've not done that, because it takes too much time for me to that, and I can't do scripts because I'll look at the script and I'm like, I don't like how it looks. I always end up juggling it, so it's like, you know, I do Let's Plays. And I think that's the best way to do it, because I always react based on improv. I've always done that. Even with Delmar's show and everything like that, it's always been improv. But, because I never like reading scripts, and I'm like, I don't like how this looks. And Delmar's like, do whatever you want then. And I was like, okay. But, the way I look at this, I looked at it like this. I thought that Jontron was probably going to play Battlefront anyway. He was probably going to do it either one way or another. Whether it be part of his show or whether it was just on his free time. That all depends, but he was going to get it anyway, I bet. Because he's a Star Wars fan. And then all of a sudden, Walmart gives him a call or something like that and says, hey, Jontron, we were wondering if you would like to be part of an ad campaign and play Battlefront with a bunch of random people. What do you say? I guarantee you, his first reaction is playing Star Wars Battlefront with random strangers? Count me in! That's probably his reaction, because of the fact it's Star Wars. But a lot of people took it the wrong way. They did. No offense. But I think people kind of went a little crazy with the comments. I didn't read all of them. I just read like the first page of it. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was kind of a little like, okay, is all this kind of bad? I don't understand it. One of the biggest conversations that people talked about, though, was the fact that the like and dislike was disabled. And I think there might have been a reason why. Because of the fact that it is Walmart, technically it's not an official video, it is more or less of an ad type thing, and it makes sense. And another conversation that people had is like, Jontron had mentioned in some of his other videos, I forgot which one it was. It was either Food Fight or some. It was either Food Fight or it was a video before that. But Jontron has said, these videos are free, but here's a list of things that aren't free. Food! And he has a point. He has a point, you know. The videos are free to watch, you know. You don't have to pay anything to watch them. You just have to sit through like maybe 10 to maybe a minute long ad, and that's it. And for some of us who actually do watch YouTubes on a daily basis, we don't mind, you know. We know that the ads are basically to support those people who do YouTube channeling. You know, they make the videos for us, and they get their money through ad campaigns. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a normal, everyday life thing, you know. If you don't have those ads, how else are you going to earn the money in order to support yourself? It only makes sense. And Jontron, because of the fact he doesn't put out that many videos, he has to have a bigger source of income. So therefore, he has to have these other ads come into play. Like, obviously, his previous ad before the one he had from the Titanic was downloading books. I forgot what it was called. I know it wasn't a Kindle or whatever, nor was it an Amazon type thing. But I know you could download books onto it. And then this newest one was more of a shaving company. And then this newest ad, I guarantee he probably got paid quite a bit, being that of it being Walmart, of all places. You know, I say he got paid quite a bit for this. But Jontron, he's not... I mean, personally, I don't know Jontron, so therefore I can't really defend him in any way. But I think some people kind of overreacted the way they did whenever he released that video. I think it could have been handled a little bit better. I think people could have had a little bit better understanding about Jontron's situation. But I do hope that Jontron will at least kind of, you know, take in consideration that people are going to look at him now as an actual celebrity, and not so much as just a regular YouTube guy. Because there's two different things when it comes to a situation like this. You got YouTube, and then you got actual celebrities. Those who are on YouTube are more or less considered... I don't know what you would say in terms of ranking before celebrity, because any YouTuber is not considered as a celebrity. In fact, every YouTuber will tell you, I'm not really a celebrity, I'm just a guy that shows up on videos. So, yeah, I mean, even if you have like 1 million subscribers, you're not technically considered as a celebrity. You got a huge follow-up and a huge support system and everything like that, but you're not an official celebrity. By no means, no. If you were an actual celebrity, you would have to have a bigger follow-up. I'd say close to like maybe PewDiePie level, because he has 30 million subscribers. Actually, what number is that now? Last I remember, it was 30 million. I don't think it's 30 million now. But, yeah. PewDiePie is a different level. I think Jontron had like over 1 million? Just over 1 million. So he's just a normal YouTube guy. But everyone looks at him like a celebrity. In fact, anybody who meets up Jontron will automatically think that he's a celebrity. Automatically think that. Personally, I would love to meet Jontron. I personally would love to have been one of those people who got to be at Walmart in the line just to meet Jontron. I would have loved just to shake his hand, give him a pat on the back, and I said, I love what you're doing, I love your videos, let's get going with this game. And it would be a fun time. I really think Jontron did it mostly just because it's Battlefront and he gets to hang out with a bunch of friends or so. I think that's what it was. I don't think it was anything else beyond that. But some people took it badly. Some people did. But that's all I wanted to say for this particular discussion. Like I said, originally I had something else, but then this topic came up and I was like, I gotta talk about this. This is something that I feel like I need to talk about. And that's what I want the discussion videos to be. I want it to be something that I want to discuss and not just something that comes up on a news or something like that. Because Jontron is a great guy. I personally wish him the best of luck. I really would like to see him go further through his channel and be able just to get all the blessings that he can get. But I know he has to be pretty much on a hard stretch of trying to make a living, considering what he's been doing and considering how many videos he's actually released. So with that being said, Jontron, if you watch this video, wish you the best of luck, and keep on doing what you're doing. Just keep on making videos and making us laugh, because that's really what you are. You really are one of the hilarious men out there on YouTube. But just don't take criticism like what these people have done to heart. You know, these are people who obviously felt like they were treated badly or something like that. Something wasn't clicking right into their heads. And just don't take it the hard way. That's what I'm trying to say. But until then, though, guys, this has been BlackCross with a discussion video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.